information. Does this work though?
Huh?
Does this work though? That's always the thing that gets screwed up on these.
How does it not work?
I don't know. I'm sure it does.
I mean,
I don't know. Just asking. You're grabbing handles and stuff. What's up, Mel? What's up, Morel?
Mel?
Hello from Holland.
Oh.
Yeah?
It doesn't work, man. I don't know why.
What are you working on?
This is a rare car, guys. This is a rare car. Like, you know, once in a while we have one of these cars.
Yeah. Yeah?
This is an F-150.
Oh, it is an F-150. Yeah. It's a special F-150. What's up from Boston? Hey.
Mike?
Nope, just Boston. Lance is in the house. What's up, Lance Dawes? Phantom Chris, what's going on, guys? Hopefully it's cool down. No, it's not. It's hot. As you can see, the door is closed. If you see the door closed, it's hot. It's very hot outside.
It's hard as
it's very hot outside.
It's hard as...
Yeah. It's very hot outside. That is for sure. I may be in your neck of the woods soon. Oh, well, that was Mel.
Oh.
You should give us a call, Mel. Let us know what's going on.
Yes.
When we're done, just give me a call, man. Let me know what's happening in your life. Fresno, Cali, checking in. Happy Monday, fellas. I'll see
Monday?
you in a few weeks.
It's a happy Monday.
It's Monday. I mean, we're live. I mean, why do you got to make it so hard?
Because everything's hard. This life is hard. My life is hard.
What you guys think of join? Wait, okay, I think there's a mistype.
Join what?
I don't know. It says join head units. I don't know what that means.
Join head units?
Yeah, I don't know. Happy Monday. A lot of Happy Monday going around.
Everybody's happy. Except us.
Join head units or joy. Yeah. I mean that's the easiest one there. What's up from New Mexico? All right. So the question is, as always, that's the name. Oh wow, that's the name. I've never heard of Joy head units. So
that's exactly.
Yeah. I've never heard of them. So I'm gonna go with probably not a Joy. But I don't know. I guess it's super easy to get to those floor wires. I mean, it looks like it, but no, believe it or not, that tunnel there and this is more of a pain in the butt. Android head unit. I mean, I kind of figured that. Kelly's here. What's up from New York? So, have you guys done any of those Pioneer NEX with the detached screens? Yes, we've put a couple of them in, mainly because this new kit right here for the Ford Mustang, the MUS2, requires you using one of those screens. There's a handful of kits now that they've brought out that use those, and so we've used the Pioneers in those particular installs. So, anyways, what we got going on is this F-150. Now this F-150 is a 911, so we're not going to go too deep into what we're doing in it because that would kind of take all the fun away from
what are we doing exactly.
what we're doing.
Yeah.
So I don't want to get too deep into this.
So what do we have tonight?
So tonight we have the live show at 6:30.
Yep.
So we're going to take your questions. No guests. I had a nice. Got a couple hours of sleep.
Oh, that's a good thing.
Where's the melted looking? There's no melted passive. There's no melted crossovers on this. Luckily.
That was just sound treatment.
There was a lot of poorly used sound treatment in this. That is for sure. I wish Meister would ship products to Europe. I don't know what the deal is with that. I've talked to them about it before, and yeah, it's strange. Because they're a Canadian company, so, I mean, I don't see why they can't. I don't know. That's a good. But Connects 2 is a huge manufacturer out there in Europe that does make a lot of similar products they're starting to make where they integrate into the radio. So you might want to check out Connects 2.
Yeah.
The number 2, so it connects.
I mean, I'm pretty
with the number
sure
2.
if he's in Europe, he already has those.
Oh, who knows? Who knows? I don't know. I mean, how long have we lived here in the United States and people still don't know Metra or PAC or Amp Global?
Well, because
or iData. So I mean, it's easy to not know. Is that a cricket in the background? No, actually, that is not a cricket. It is summer here, and so that obnoxious sound is a cicada bug.
Cicada is so weird.
It is loud, it is obnoxious, it is annoying. Not to be confused with the brand cicada, using a very similar name for probably very similar reasons. But, no, that is a male cicada bug out back in one of the palm trees outside that is living his best life and hoping to find a somewhat attractive female bug, and so that they can make more obnoxious bugs. In the state of Florida, when it is hot, they tend to get super, super loud. So for us, it's just background noise.
And why they get loud for?
They want bow chicka wow wow.
Looking for help
Looking for love in all the wrong places. Wow, cicada sounds different here. So yeah,
because
so this
Texas cicadas.
You're in Texas. You have Texas cicadas, but no, that's what it is. What is better, bringing a 2-channel amp, ohm, a dual 2-ohm sub, or separate channels on own coil? I think I understand what you're saying. So like bridge the amp, or run like one to one coil and one to the other coil, maybe.
Okay, but if it is a 2-channel,
I mean, I prefer to make it mono, 4-ohm mono. If it's 2-channel, instead of doing 2-ohm stereo, I'm gonna do 4-ohm mono, because it's what the amp is designed to do. You know, I mean, at the end of the day, sure, it doesn't matter, but I still want to do 1 wire instead of 2. I'm going to do 2 wires inside the box, but I want 1 speaker cup. That's just me. What are you watching? Nothing. Just watching him sit here.
I'm watching you, watching me.
Oh my God, Bug's Life. That's Morel. That was her writing, oh my God, Bug's Life.
Hi guys, welcome to the show. Don't forget, this show is brought to you by MorelHiFi.com. You can find all your products of Morel, MorelHiFi.com, here, Instagram, pictures, awesome pictures, even bicycles with speakers. You can find them here, Morel_America. Check them out.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. Good job. Good job. You cut that. You did that perfect. Do you turn up or down the crossover on your mono amp in order to use the head unit's crossover? Ooh, that's a good question.
You use the...
So basically what they're saying is, like, for example, we're putting in a head unit. We're going to have an Alpine amp under that is going to power the subwoofers that are in this. If we want to use the crossover in the head unit for whatever reason, do we adjust the crossover on that amplifier? Because I can't turn it off. Do I adjust the crossover? So let's say I want to set the radio to 80. Do I turn the amplifier up like to 220 or all the way up?
Right, so you're using the crossover.
So I'm using the crossover in the radio.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, do what you're comfortable with. A lot of the times what we'll do is we'll set up the crossovers on the amplifier as opposed to the head unit, because depending on the radio, it might be a cheaper radio that doesn't have memory, so when you lose battery power, it goes back to off, which is bad. Or the customer might have those, we'll just call them friends. You know, you got that friend that like knows more about car audio than like the guy that put it in, or you, or anyone that. And he's like, bro, I can make this stuff louder. And so he gets up into the radio and starts turning things up or down, or starts adjusting things. So what we try to do is make it as idiot proof as possible, and that is we'll use those. Now on my own vehicle, no, I'm using the crossover and the radio just because I want my own. It'll do a better job because I can pick the frequencies that I want.
You can change it as you want.
Yeah, not that I'd ever do it, but I'd be using the one on the radio. And that's the other thing too. It's like once it's set to 80, what do you plan on doing with it? You know.
But if you're competing for Ayahuasca, Mecca, all that stuff, you probably want the crossover.
You're gonna have a DSP. We're gonna have a DSP. So let's.
But what about like
Oh my God, you're going off the deep end. He's going off the deep end, guys. He's going off. He goes to one show over the weekend. And he's going off the deep end.
I remember Juan.
Yeah, you remember Juan?
Yeah.
Do you remember Mike?
No, I remember Juan. Juan is in Texas. Jay's tent. We're gonna be there.
August 24th.
August 24, guys.
12 to what? 4?
12 to whatever.
Yeah, 12 to 1 and the food is gone.
Just come down, check him out, check some cars. It's gonna be awesome.
Jeff Smith, Brian Mitchell, Andy Waymeyer, his son Jacob,
Yeah.
and a slew of other cars will be there for you to check out. So that's Dallas, Texas,
The Tesla.
August 24th,
Yeah.
noon. Be there. That's a Thursday for those of you guys that don't know this stuff like right off the top of your head. Cardio Mark is in the house.
What's
What's up, Mr. Fab? Paragon 3-way. No, never.
What's
Mike.
up, Danny?
Oh.
TS.
Danny. Mike who? You, Mike.
Mike.
Christian. Tristan's bored. All you can eat tacos. No.
All you can eat?
No, he was saying, Bobby was like, oh, wow. Okay, I just...
Okay.
So I'm reading Christian's comments and ignoring them like I normally do. But I love Christian. He was just up... Actually, Christian was just up here, Saturday?
Yes.
Christian was up here Saturday and spent a couple hours with us. We had a good time. Sweating his butts off, putting his new audio control subwoofers. Yeah. We got to hear it. It was wonderful. Sounded great. Yeah. And we were talking about DSP.
Yeah.
And we're talking about
DSP.
How to make a Linkwix 24 dB crossover. Because he's like, oh no, you just, because if you go and select, like different crossovers with different crossover points, different reactions happen. I was kind of drawing them out on paper, and what I was telling him about was two 12 dB Linkwix crossovers do not stacked on top of one another, do not make a 24 Linkwix. You actually need two 12 dB Butterworths crossovers stacked on top of one another, and that will make a 24 dB Linkwix. So, for example, if your radio is a Butterworth 12 dB and your amplifier is a Butterworth 12 dB, when you stack 80 on 80, you'll have a 24 dB Linkwix crossover. And here's Christian. All of a sudden now he's got the knowledge behind him, and he's going, oh no, actually. Good job, Christian. You were at least paying attention. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
By the way, if you'd like to buy a Audison, I don't remember which one he has. He's got an 8-channel Audison for sale right now. So if anyone's in the mood, hit him up. He's selling his Audison 8-channel. He's got way too much stuff. Needs to thin the herd. You guys should go crazy with the lab and bring it to the show in August. So, you crazy? I'm not driving to Texas.
No.
Like, his car would never make it to Texas.
No.
Like, even if we flatbedded it still wouldn't make it to Texas.
No, I was gonna fly everything out, man. That's the reason why I only drive from my house to
work. I do like 10 miles a week, bro. No, that's... no. All dials and not. All right, let's try this again. All dials and knobs to the right, please. SPL rules. There you go, Mel.
What are you saying, like all the knobs all the way up?
Are you a Focal Utopia fan now? Okay, so fan is a funny word because which I've talked about on the show before, but I have a couple truths in life, and one of those truths in life is if you're not on my team, you suck. Okay? And these aren't truths that I necessarily believe in, I just know they're true. So, for example, when I say to somebody, hey, if you're not on my team, you suck, it basically is a realization that, hey, just because I have an iPhone and you have an Android phone doesn't mean we can't be friends. If whatever your religious, politician, brand preference, fast food chain, it's okay. It doesn't affect me. I can like more than one thing, and I don't have to draw a line in the sand and stand firm on it like a lot of people do nowadays. So can I like Utopias and also have an affinity for Morel speakers? Yeah, I can, because I can appreciate what they do. Now, I finally heard a pair that I was like, wow, these aren't obnoxious and bothersome. They actually sound really good, and I knew it would happen. Like, I knew it would happen, and I've heard him. That was just the first recorded time that you guys got to see. I've heard him before then. We just weren't there with cameras going, oh. So, I mean, I know that and I believe when I had said I didn't like them, I had also prefaced that with this was a brand new set and hadn't had time to break in, so. But big, loud metal tweeters really aren't my thing. So, you know, hearing some that were tuned in a way that was pleasing to my ears is, yeah, they're pretty cool. There's a lot of stuff out there. Like, we don't have to just be like, oh, you don't like my brand? You suck. This is the only stuff. But we're like that, and I don't understand why. I mean, there can be multiple good products out there that, you know, just because you drive a Ford, you're a terrible human being. You know, I don't get it. I don't get it why we have to be so polar. I mean, I know why we have to be.
Because we suck.
I mean, I get it. I've been on the planet long enough to get it, but to me, it's foolish. I wish people would get over it. If I ain't Morel or Helix, then I don't want it. And there you go, Oscar. Way to really hammer the point home. and you drive a Tesla, so you suck. Can you bypass a factory Bose amp in a 2008 Vet? Yeah. Is there a plug to do it? Don't know. Pack, Metra, those are the places you want to go to find out. But yeah, it's a 2008, so you can do pretty much anything you want in there. Now, keeping the factory head unit, if that's the next question, probably not. I don't know off the top of my head. That's one of those things I'd sit with my laptop and do some research. But places I would start are Pack and Metra. It's a 2008, so more than likely that radio is coming out. There's something better going in there. And if that's the plan, then yeah, you can bypass everything. Have you installed or listened to the new Alpine status components? They look very sexy to me, but looks aren't everything. I don't think so. No, I think I've just, we've done the new R's, and I've heard the new R's.
That's it.
But no, I don't think I've heard them. I don't even know if we got those in stock. I kind of hope not.
I actually heard them.
Did you?
Yes.
Which car? An Alpine car?
No. Dow?
Yeah. Oh!
Yep.
Yeah.
They have...
Orlando.
Yes.
They had the Dow car.
They have the Dow car with those. Yeah.
That was when you guys were talking when we were doing Andy.
Yep.
You were using Andy.
Yes, exactly.
And then, yes, and I cut a lot of that out. Mm-hmm. And one of it was the music demo.
Yep.
Yeah. Because it wasn't licensed music, and so...
No. That was actually...
Yeah, it was their own music and
so,
stuff,
yeah.
But and we weren't there to do that. Oh, how did they sound?
They sound good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I didn't really pay attention because, I had to turn all that off.
What's up, Eduardo? Techno Express. It's in the house. Look at her.
Wise comments. Boys, late to the party. I see you. Hello there. Hey, I see you too. Dean, what brand of speakers does Disney use on their rides? I don't know, Bobby. That's a good question. I mean, I don't think they use anything special because I'm pretty sure it's just whoever fit the bill. More the technology of what they use. One of the things that always amazes me is the people mover. They have this thing called the people mover, and the speakers are mounted in the ceiling. So as you're moving, it's tracking the conversation.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really weird.
That's cool.
It's pretty cool how they do it, because you figure they built it years ago, like in the 60s or 70s, 70s, I think.
So they apply delay every...
It's insanity. Hey, if you aren't running vintage Eclipse, get bent. There you go.
Marklin.
RAM
up,
and without a RAM and the BMW with you guys are all hilarious. I love vintage Eclipse. A lot of guys love vintage Eclipse. I just like to refer to it as Fujitsu. Why don't you all do custom trunks? It's just not my speed anymore, man. I've been down that road. I did it. It's not what I want to do, One of the things that we talk about a lot when we're at a training or a get together or whatever it is when you have a bunch of very successful business people around. Not saying I'm successful, but the secret to success, the secret to is to doing well in any industry is, for one, have a good business model, stick to your business model, know when to change your business model, and also stay in your lane and know when it's time to change your lane. I've been doing this 30 some odd years now, and I've done every aspect of it. I've done custom trucks, I've done lights and this and that and all this other nonsense, and it wasn't anything I enjoyed doing. Okay, I know a lot of guys sit there and it's like, dude, building a box is the most fun thing ever. And you know what? When I was 20 and 30 years old, I loved building boxes. I had such a fun time. But when your job and your hobby collide with one another, and then you have to build boxes all the time, and not only that, you have to build a lot of boxes all the time, and it's just not fun anymore, then it's just, why would you want to do it? And when something becomes not fun, then there's no money in the world that makes me want to do it. And though sometimes we'll be working on a car and we'll hit a roadblock, and I was like, I could just build this and be over with it. It's not what we do. It's not what we do. So could we? Yeah, sure. We got all the tools. We have more than the tools. We have more woodworking tools and fab tools than most shops do, but we just use them for different things. I added an epicenter to my Tesla so I don't suck anymore. Don't think so. Community audio. Okay. I see on a ride once. Alright, never heard of them. Alright. I had a Christian Dean just be hate on me because his Mustang still has an OEM system. That's why I hate on you. Mm-hmm. You've hit it right, Oscar. Moving on. Radioactive, they almost hired me. Oh yeah, down there. Dean, how long were you in Alpine rep? Not long enough to actually even count it. And it wasn't working for Alpine, I was working for a rep firm. It was a dark time in my life. It didn't work out, really. I mean, this was a long time ago. This was like probably 20 years ago. And yeah, it had to be at least 20 years ago. And it was a very small period of time. And the company I went to work for was a rep firm, so it wasn't like working for Alpine, it was like working for a rep. And we just didn't see on the same page. What they hired me to do and then what they wanted me to do were two totally different things. And it ended up costing me more money to work for them than I was making. And that just wasn't cool. And so we had to part ways. And that's just how it went. And I went back to doing this. And it was fun. It was neat. It was cool having Saturday off, Saturday and Sunday. But then again, most of the time that was back when Circuit City and Best Buy used to do shows in their parking lots. So a lot of the weekends we were at shows. So it was just like, this kind of sucks. I'm working more. How often do you use the OEM speaker wires in a car?
All the time.
Pretty much all the time. I mean, why would we change it? It's good stuff. I mean, there are some situations where we need to add more wiring into the car, but yeah, I mean, there's no reason not to. I mean,
It works.
It's more than adequate to run the amount of power. And I say that, and I know I need to go and pull out Tony, because Tony D'Amore, you guys might know him, Tony D, DD1, all that, works with Steve. He did a whole thing on his Facebook page where he actually did all the math to prove all of this, to basically squash this thing where, you got to run 12 gauge into the door. No, you don't. It's totally not necessary. I mean, someone who's done it as long as I have, no, it's not totally necessary, but the weekend warriors and the guys that are like, you got to do this. Like, okay, sure, go for it. Yeah, that'll make you sleep better at night. And don't get me wrong, I've run some really obscene wiring. Just because I know I don't need it doesn't mean I'm not gonna do it. So there's a difference. We don't always use it, but a lot of the times we do. Yes, majority of the time. Zero gauge for the new Ram 1500. Best way to run in the cab, under body, loomed or up through a grommet area in the firewall. We go through the firewall on the driver's side. There's a place do you remember where you go through on the Rams?
Yeah, it has plastic.
Oh, it's a big grommet, right?
It's a big plastic grommet in there. So
on the newer ones?
Uh-huh.
Even on the newer ones?
In the corner.
Yeah. So we come through there. The hardest part of the RAM is in the back area where if it has those little cubbies that open, is you have to pull those out, and the wiring has to go into more of the center of the vehicle. Coming up the running boards, like in this area here, is very hard to do in a RAM with a 0 gauge. So we typically bring it in and go towards the middle of the vehicle and work its way around. So, Circuit City. It's what it was.
Yeah.
Is more speakers better? Better speakers are better. Tia Morey has proven 1,000 watts through 18 gauge speaker wire. Yes, he has. What's going on? What's for lunch? I brought a bag of cherries.
Oh, there you go. So, okay, never mind. I'm just gonna...
Oh, you have a picture.
Of course. 2021 Dodge Ram 1500.
Hold on. He's got a picture. He looked it up. Hold on.
I got my notes, man. So there you go. This is right there. We ran 2 power wires in there, but next to it, right there, so you can see. I have a Lexus.
There you go.
Elantra.
Do you have a DSP to make your car system sound good?
You have to have a DSP.
No, it says, do you have to have a DSP? Yeah. Okay, so, all right, let's think about that for a minute.
Yes, you have to.
No, but let's explain it, because the answer is yes. All right, the short answer is yes.
Yeah.
But let's
tell me why.
Let's talk about why that is. And let's say you have a factory system right now in your car. That factory radio has equalization attached to it, guaranteed. If you look at, if you have an IRTA2 or some other form of electrical RTA machine device that you can look at the signal coming out of the radio, you play some pink noise, you look at that signal, you're going to see some form of an EQ curve on it. That's done, and that's whether you have bass and treble up or down, it doesn't matter. There's a preset EQ curve in there. Now, they've also, in pretty much every car on the road now, it seems like, they've also put some form of an all-pass filter in there to simulate a very generic time alignment. That's why in some of the cars you get in, it sounds like the vocal is coming over like the gauge cluster, or the passenger side maybe over the airbag, as opposed to true center. And there again, it's just how they've decided to do that, and they've found through their studies that works good. And these are basic radios. These are like basic Nissan, basic Toyota, not JBL, not Bose, not Harman, not any of that other crap. That's just a basic thing. All right. Now, let's say you take out the factory, and if it had a premium audio system, it has full DSP. There's time alignment, there is all kinds of stuff going on. So equalization, crossovers, all that's all built into that factory amplifier. So now let's look at an aftermarket radio. Like this, for putting in a Kenwood 908. The Kenwood 908 is going to have equalization, it's going to have crossovers, it's going to have time alignment, it's going to have level control, all the features that are built into a DSP. So when you say, do you need a DSP? That's why the answer is yes, because every piece of equipment that goes into a car has some form of equalization done to it, some form of signal manipulation done to it, which is essentially what a digital sound processor does. It manipulates the sound. So, yes, you need one. Now, the level in which you need is really the question you have to ask yourself. Like, how much do I need? That's the question. How much do I need? And from that, well, then you can figure out what to buy. So, for example, if you are putting a new radio in and you get one of the higher end radios that has a very nice EQ pack built into it, as I like to call them, then you might be happy with that. It might be enough. You also might be like, well, I can buy an amplifier. Like, for example, we'll say like an ARC Blackbird, 8-channel with 12 channels of DSP, right? 12 channels of DSP? Is it 12 or 10? Either way, it's a ton. That might be the way to go, because that has everything built into it. It's got a ton, and it's got 8 channels of power. It's got so much equalization, so much DSP, and there's a ton of them like that. Like, we have the Moscone 830 on the wall over there, pretty much flagship craziness. That is so awesome. Okay, but that might be too much for what you're trying to do. You know, you might be like, I'm more of a DSR1 kind of guy, which is a Rockford which is a really nice DSP, a little bit easier to use. But essentially, there's 4 things that most modern DSPs are doing, and that is channel control through level, crossover through channel, equalization of some kind,
I think
and usually
equalization
delay.
is really important.
Equalization is really important.
Yeah.
But it's amazing what you can do with very little equalization. Okay, so a lot of people think like they need to bring in, Mjolnir and just boom, lightning. And, Jeff's car right now, the way he has it set up, I think he's using 2 bands of equalization on the whole thing on one speaker, or maybe 1 band. So there again, there's a lot you can do through other levels, like signal manipulation through crossover, time alignment, phase correction. So yeah, do you need a DSP? Yes. How much DSP? Don't know. 4 gauge to tweeters all day long.
Oh, I was thinking 0.
Had a Diamond Audio DSP blow a whole system yesterday on a Harley Davidson. The Diamond guy said it was because the DSP saw 11 volts. Any suggestion? Ooh. 11 volts. It's a motorcycle. That doesn't even make sense. Wow. Dude, I have never had a DSP blow up the system. I've had DSPs blow up. One particular one.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that.
Wow, that's a lot.
That is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
What about adding a small second battery, like a small lithium battery to the system? Might be... I mean, I don't know how much power you have, but that seems kind of weird. If they're going to say this is what blew it up, I would hope they would follow that up with offering some suggestions to prevent that from happening again, because 11 volts doesn't really seem like that would do it. Most of the time you go onto the spec sheet and you can see what the minimum voltage requirements are, and they should be able to turn down from there, unless you're running at high level, and that's the 11 volts you're talking about. Like if you ran 11 volts in the input of the DSP, I could see where that could be a problem, because a lot of the times the high level input on most devices is 10 volts. Some are 12, the better are 20 and 40 volts. If that's the problem, then all you'd have to do is add a better high level to low level adapter. But that's pretty crazy. That is pretty crazy. I actually removed the plastic channels. Okay, yeah, you're the best, man. Alpine KTA 450 bridge or Focal 2.300 for a pair of Morel tempo 6.5s. Okay, I'm not going to bridge a 450 to a pair of mid bass because that amplifier isn't going to sound good. I would do the 2-channel for sure. Keep in mind, when you run an amplifier to its lowest impedance, and 4 ohm mono on a 4-channel amplifier is its lowest impedance, just because it can do it doesn't mean you should. It doesn't mean it carries the same characteristics as it does at, let's say, 4 ohm stereo. So basically what you're doing now is 2 ohm stereo, which is the same amount of power as 4 ohm mono. It is going to change the way it works. And the specs at which most manufacturers give at 4 ohm don't necessarily carry over to 2 ohm. And you can start to really hear some stuff that shouldn't be there. So in this case, because it is a more important speaker, I would do a 2-channel amp and let it run the way it's supposed to, as opposed to bridging it to get more power. Especially on those small, inexpensive amplifiers like that. Now, some of the bigger amplifiers, that isn't the case, but the small amplifiers or the cheaper amplifiers, it definitely is. What's up, guys? 2015 Nissan Titan with Rockford Fosgate system. Which under-seat powered subwoofer would you recommend that can fit? So there is a lot of room underneath there because it's a Titan.
What's up, Jeff?
So the kicker's pretty nice. I would do 2 kickers, one underneath each seat personally. Kicker makes a 10-inch now. That's pretty good. I'm trying to think of. So if you're going to do an external amplifier, you could go with the JBL Fuse and put an 8 underneath each seat. Otherwise, I'd maybe go with the kicker.
Yeah.
And with DSP, you usually don't need to add extra load. Yeah, you do. Most DSPs don't have load built into them. Helix is all proud about their load generation that they have built into them. Some of them do, a lot of them don't. Most of them don't have load built into them because, for one, if you have full-size load in a DSP, it's going to take up space and create a lot of heat, which you don't want. So yeah, there's still plenty of DSPs with the load generation on the outside.
It says when you talk about DSP, sounds like you're talking in Chinese to me.
I understand. I try to not, but sometimes you do. Dean is in the instance a DSP isn't. Dean in my instance a DSP isn't necessary. How would you know, Bobby? How would you know? You like your radio. Your radio does a lot, so you're using the radio's DSP. You know, if you've adjusted bass and treble on your radio at all, you've equalized it.
Yeah.
And the Arc Blackbird, if you pair it with the Maestro AR, it plugs in places. Yes. So right now, currently, the only amplifier that will AR directly into a car, meaning like we talk about the DSR1 all the time, is an AR DSP, so you can use like an Amp Pro. You can actually use the Arc Audio product the same way, so you can take a Blackbird and plug it directly in using an AR module into a Jeep, into a Chrysler, into a Ford, into whatever you want, and it plugs right in, and it becomes factory controlled.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, DSP is very confusing to me. Me too.
It is very confusing.
It's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
No, it's the actual DSP power. Okay. High 5-star, guys. Oh, it's Arturo. Hey,
Yes.
yeah, you saw that. Yeah, there's Jeff. Half ohm. All day long, half ohm. Perfect. All right. Well, is the DS1 easier to use the interface than any other competitors? No. Here's the thing. Using a DSP, the only other thing I've ever played with in my life is a camera, okay? So, like, if you hand me a camera, I know what features I need, and I'm going to ask you how to get to those in a Nikon or a Sony or something like that. If you can't answer those questions, clearly you don't know enough about the camera to put it in my hands. But when it comes to a DSP, it's one of those things where it really doesn't matter whose DSP you use. You're looking for specific features. Like Jeff will sit down and tune anybody's DSP. It's just what he does. People pay him to do it. And so he has to understand DSP first and then find out if those features correlate to the DSP he's using. So, for example, he might want to use a feature that DSP doesn't have. So now he has to go, oh, I don't have that feature. I have to figure out another way to do it with the features that are available to me in the DSP. 4 basic features in every DSP is going to have, and those are equalization for all channels of some kind. Now, whether that's graphic or parametric depends on the manufacturer. Most of the time when you get graphic, there's going to be 30 bands. When you do parametric, there's usually fewer, between, let's say, 8 and 15. Now, some manufacturers will give you 30 bands of graphic, 30 bands of parametric. And the difference between a graphic and a parametric, just to dumb that down a little bit, is a graphic EQ, you pick a band, you lift it up, you pull it down. That's all you do. There's no deciding what frequency it needs to be. There's no worrying about how much Q it has, meaning how much it's going to affect the left or right frequency. To that one, it's just you pick the band, you go up, you go down. It's pretty simple to use. If you're using an acoustical RTA that has a 30 band response on it, you can literally line up the things and be like, make it match. Most of the time. It's dumbing it down a little bit for sure, but you kind of get it's a great place to start. Now, when you look at a parametric EQ, it comes with a preset number. So let's say it's set to 500, but you can adjust it anywhere within that area. Some have infinite adjust, so it can be anywhere between 20 and 20,000 hertz. Some be like, no, it can only be like 1,000 points between the two, so it can only go up to like 1500 or down to something smaller than that. So you're going to pick what frequency you want, and then you're going to pick the width or the Q, which is how much it's going to affect the frequency to the left or the right of it. So for example, if you come into a system and there's a peak at 1000 hertz, and it's like a mountain, it just comes up on one side, down the other. Well, you can pick 1000 as your center frequency and start pulling it down, then adjust the Q out wide, as we like to say, which means it's going to affect a lot of the frequency to the left and right of it. And as you're pulling it down, it's going to pull down the whole mountain, because it is making one adjustment that is taking a lot of friends with it. So parametric can be more complicated, but also fewer adjustments, because you're doing more with less than you would in, say, a graphic. So a graphic, you might, for a tweeter, you might use 4 or 5 adjustments to get to where you want it, whereas like a parametric, you're probably only going to use one band to adjust the tweeter, maybe like 2 tops.
Do more with less.
You can do more with less. So that's the first feature that a DSP is going to have. Second feature is going to be level control, and this is where some of the head units screw up. They don't give you level control, so I need to have the ability to control the volume of each channel's output, because even though I'm doing time alignment, sometimes you need to control the level. So I need some speakers to play less than others and some to play more than others. So I need to have level control, and that's important. A lot of the times guys will get in there and they'll use their distortion detector of some kind to set up the amplifier, and it's like, I got my tweeters tapped out, I got my mid-range tapped out, I got my rears tapped out, I got my subs tapped out, and they try to EQ it, and it's like everything just sounds wrong. It's because you didn't do level control. You think just because your amplifier will put out X amount of power, I need to run it at X amount of power. I don't. It's a tweeter. I need to X minus pull that thing down. So level control can either be done in the amplifier or be done in the DSP. I like to pull down in the amplifier first, because it's just, if I'm at 0, 0 is cool, I want to pull down in the amplifier. So a lot of the times, gain is the last thing I adjust when doing DSP. I don't worry about it as much as you guys do. You guys just freak out about this stuff. Next is time alignment. Time alignment is the ability to add delay to speakers. So we refer to it called the 0 point. The 0 point is usually the farthest speaker from the listener. A lot of the times it's going to be the passenger front mid bass, so that is your 0 point. That is your farthest speaker from your ear. Now what I want to do is I'm going to add milliseconds of delay out to all the other speakers, so they're all on the same plane. And there again, it's not physically moving them, it's just holding and releasing. And there's a bunch of different ways DSPs do this. Some you have to do math, some will have a calculator built into them. And that's important, because head units are the same way. Not all head units do math. Some it sounds weird, and it's like, I can't get this time alignment to work. Chances are good it's because we don't all manufacturers don't agree on how it should be done, and it's kind of like you should build a calculator into your DSP, and if you don't, why not? Because listen, we all did great in math class, right? Oh yeah, we're all just math studs for sure. And then lastly, you have crossover, and crossover is the traffic cop for sound. I think that's the one thing that most of us are most familiar with, and that's the ability to control by limiting the sound that gets to a speaker so it doesn't blow and it produces the sounds that it's supposed to, and just blow it all day long. And that's a crossover. So those 4 basic features that it just took me way too long to describe are what goes into making a DSP. Everything else outside of that is what makes that DSP special or different. And there are a ton of things. From there, it just goes crazy. So we won't get into that. Now, if you'd like me to answer some more questions similar to these or more basic, make sure to tune in tonight at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time on the YouTube or Facebook, 5-Star Car Stereo. You can find us there, and we will answer questions for an hour straight. It's so much fun.
Yes.
So make sure to head over. You can find us there tonight. You guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you in, 2 hours. Oh my gosh. Bye. Do you want to know the funny part? People, I can show them the finished product. Yeah. But they want to see the train wreck that it was before.
Well, that's what makes it fun.
That's what makes it fun. So for those of you guys that tuned in on Monday and saw we were working on this blue F-150, and it was all in pieces at the time. And we're like, we're not going to show you guys much of it because it's a 911, and we didn't want to take away the fun part, because I feel like you guys just want to see, like, the end results. You want to see what it looks like in the end, which is here's what it looks like in the end.
Yeah.
But you want to see the train wreck. You want to see us taking it apart and showing all the bad things, right?
Yes, I want to see what people with the right tools
And did the wrong job.
do the wrong job. Yes.
Yeah. So, yak to you.
Oh, man.
So, you guys will see this video at some point how we got to this point. So you're seeing the ending first. It's kind of like the new way movies and stuff do that. Can we get a 1996 Camaro video? God, you know what's funny? We did one of those before we left for vacation. We put a new radio and some speakers. Yeah. We did one of those. We didn't do anything good in it though. It was just a good morning for sure. It's definitely morning where you're at. Yeah, we put some speakers in a radio, old school radio on deck and 4. But yeah, we didn't film it because there's a 96 Camaro. What did he do for a source unit? He went with a Kenwood. There's a Kenwood in there. It's over there. It's way over there. But yeah. So Fernando's getting his pictures. So you guys saw, if you follow Fernando on Instagram, you saw some of the before door pictures. You know, with the tragedy that bestowed a set of Focal K2s, as often does. I thought that was funny, the guy that made that comment.
Oh.
Why is it always K2s that get done so dirty?
And that's true.
It is so true. Yeah,
these,
it's like an $800 pair of speakers, if not more. Might even $1,000 pair of speakers.
So bad. Yes.
Seems like a lot of work for not a lot of volume. Well, this thing is loud as hell. So, I mean,
a lot of work for what?
Not a lot of volume. I mean,
see, for me,
I don't.
Okay.
I mean,
I used to care about volume. I used to care like, oh my god, I love it.
Yeah.
But can you hear something in a normal level and it sounds really good? It's like, it's so satisfying.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, my test. Okay, so basically, what I do when I get in the car to figure out where the volume is I'll have it playing at what I feel is max volume, and I'll go and if I can't hear myself do that, it's plenty freaking loud.
Yeah.
And this one is plenty freaking loud. I mean, we have K2 components in the front, flax components in the back, some subs underneath the back seat. This thing screams. So
plenty loud.
Yeah, it's plenty loud. What's up, Arturo?
Hey,
I think seeing something done incorrectly helps us learn. 100%. Trust me, I get it. I totally get it. And we're going to pander to that. I mean, why would we not? So this was all his stuff. None of this was ours. This was 100% a rescue. The only thing we swapped out was his old Pioneer radio that he had, and it was old, for a new Kenwood radio. Everything else was just fixing everything that was wrong. This particular, he has 2 Scar 10s underneath this in this box. So this was done by another stereo shop and all that other stuff. My neighbors aren't mad from 4 blocks over. It's not loud enough. LOL. I got the T2s. There you go. Polyglass in my F-150. But I still want more. Oh no, trust me. I get it, man. I totally get it. You know, you're chasing that dream of craziness. T2s in an F-150. Damn. You know, that's some crazy. You need a T3. You need some set of T3s. Just call it a day. Did you consider doing any rear seat entertainment? Who does rear seat? No, there's no room for anyone in the rear seats. The box that they had sticks out, so it's like me just trying to crawl in there to set things up in the back while Fernando was in the front was really hurtful. And you know, I have the little foot glove, so yes, this is a 911 video. That's why we're just showing you the end. We didn't show you any of the stuff screwed up before because
I really like it, like how you.
I'm not showing that. I'm not showing that.
I know. I'm not.
I can't show them that. They don't get to see that.
But that's just like.
Yeah, he had scars. Like I said, this shop, this is none of our equipment. This is just us fixing everything that was broke. It's a 911, guys. You like 911s? This is a 911.
Fix it.
Fernando was taking some fun pictures. This is the ending. You guys will get to see the beginning at some point in the next couple weeks. So I just wanted to come on this morning. Oh yeah, we gotta put the back seat. I just wanted to come on this morning. For one, the guy's probably gonna be like, what does it look like? And we're gonna put the back seat in, he's not gonna be able to see it. So at least now he'll be able to see what it looks like. So, and two, we're gonna tease it. This is the end. You guys will get to see the beginning. How cool is that?
Right?
Right.
All right.
There's this, yeah, mosquitoes.
Oh, it's a lot of mosquitoes.
Ah, dude, there was one in there while I was tuning it. It was driving me crazy. No, those are fun. No, they're not. That's it. That's it for now. We're getting started on our day. This morning, it's just putting this thing to get the heck out of here. Our day really hasn't even started, so we'll chime in later today probably and let you guys know what's going on. For now, that's it. Enjoy, go forth, be merry, have fun. That one went in quick.
Sorry guys, no pictures today, no pictures.
Okay.
You know, it's celebrity.
You excited about next month?
Yes. Next month is gonna be fun. Actually, the 24th.
Jay's Tint.
Jay Stint.
Yeah. Dallas.
He's hosting a meetup. Everybody can come.
12 o'clock, starts at 12. What's up, Mel?
Starts at 12. Yeah,
hey,
Mel probably is gonna be there.
Is he gonna do it?
Yeah, he told me, hey, I made it right there, so yeah.
Oh, good. I'd like to see Mel.
Yeah,
I enjoy seeing Mel.
Yes, exactly.
What's up from hot-ass San Antonio, Texas? No doubt, man.
There you go. You can drive to Dallas.
Yeah, drive to Dallas. Come see us on the 24th. Yeah. Come see all of us.
It's going to be like 385 cars to listen to.
That is so false. That is a false statement. That is a very false statement.
No, but it's going to be plenty cars to listen to. And it's going to be great, man.
The Avalon or the Viper, which should I bring?
Bring both.
No, you can only bring one, the Avalon or the
come
Viper.
On. Just bring both.
Surprise us.
Huh?
Melly might even have a surprise SQ vehicle. Oh.
See, I'm telling you. If you are close to Dallas, or you're in the area, Texas area, come down. It's gonna be fun.
August 24th. Jay's Tint.
Jay's Tint.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too.
What's up, Phantom Chris?
Oh, Phantom Chris is gonna be there.
Is he though?
Yes.
Is he gonna bring his Phantom?
He's gonna, of course, he has to.
He doesn't have to.
No, he has to.
Will there be snacks? There will be snacks. There will be snacks. 100% there'll be snacks. Did you put that on?
Huh?
Did you put the piece of foam on?
Yes. Yeah, I used the other.
Okay. I want to hear Brian's truck.
Oh, see?
I've driven it, and I don't know how many times. I've never heard it.
Did you drove the car?
No, I'm saying I've driven in it.
Oh, okay.
I didn't say I drove it. Phantom Cruise.
Yeah. So.
Thank God his name isn't Danny.
Danny Camacho?
No, then we call him Danny Phantom.
Oh.
That was a TV show. So.
Okay.
Anyways, Phantom Chris for the win.
Phantom Chris.
Frankie, you're going to be in Dallas on the 24th. What's being done on the Tundra? The Tundra is actually being filmed right now. So, like, anytime we're filming something like this, we really don't want to dig into it too much just because we don't want to spoil the surprise. But this week we're back and we're filming a ton of stuff. If you like Monday, we filmed the 911. Monday and Tuesday, what's today? Today's Thursday. Ooh, today's Thursday. You know what that means? You know what it means today's Thursday?
Today's Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday!
Which means we do the news at 9 o'clock. No, today being Thursday, make sure you head over to High Five's channel. We have reverse polarity and side jag tonight at 8:30 and 9:45 respectively. So make sure to tune into those. Those are always fun. It's a good time. Hi-Fi and I always kick it up. We're trying to get a special guest for tonight. I don't know if we're going to be able to get him or not, but
special guest.
Yeah, I haven't mentioned that yet.
Why is always a special guest? Is that special?
He's
Is that
special.
much
I feel
special?
yeah, they are special.
Any special guest is a very, very special?
No.
Or it's just a guess?
A guest. But I don't know. It just always feels better to make people feel special. Why you gotta be down like that? Damn, man. You ain't ever coming on the show, so...
I know.
You know? All right, there we go. Sorry. Dean, don't lose your glasses. You know, the problem... Okay, so... No, they were on the top of my head. So here's the funny story, is that I've had these glasses for like this pair. I have two pairs that are identical. One just has transitions to go to sunglasses. And then I have a pair of sunglasses. Anyways, I've been trying to replace these for like the last 3 years. Maybe 3 years. It has been the biggest struggle of my life trying to get new glasses. I've paid for them. I might get them. They might be here next week. I've got my fingers crossed. Maybe by Christmas. It's just been a struggle. It's so funny. And I have a great eye doctor, and they're a great team. Like, I love these girls to death. They are fabulous. And that's why it's taken so long, because I'm god-awful picky, and they know it, and it's just like, the heck? So, hopefully, we'll have new glasses soon. Is it better to run a three-way component in front and rear, or is it better to run a three-way in the front and a two-way in the rear? You know, I don't think there's any better or worse. It's just what you're trying to do. If you look at Mike Rios' car, he's always had a three-way in the back. He had it in the Stinger. It was a three-way in the back of the Stinger. I think the new Chrysler has a three-way in the back of that as well.
Really?
I think so. It's either a two-way or a three-way. Either way, he takes full advantage of it. There's no wrong thing to do.
If it's a hole, fill it up.
If it's a hole, fill it up for sure. It just depends what you're trying to do, okay? And those guys out there that'll tell you, no rear fill at all. It's just ridiculous. So whatever you'd like to do, man. There's no wrong answer to this. It's just go to town. Typically when we design a system, because we're concentrating on the front stage, we're going to put most of our effort into the front stage, and we'll put a coaxial in the rear, just because we want some rear fill, but we really want to concentrate on the front. So if I was going to do two sets of Axis three-ways, I would do a set of Axis coaxials and a set of K2 three-ways up front, or flax. Just to give you an example. Or Morel, I do some late three-ways and like some, what are the HEs?
Maximo HE.
Yeah, some Maximos, Maximus, whatever in the rear. Just some rear fill. I don't really care. To me, that's where I want to put my efforts.
Somebody say this is 6.5, 5.25 in Toyota Tundra.
6.5 in the rear,
Right
6.9 in the front. Oh yeah, we have the factories. So here we go. Sorry. Here's the dash speaker here.
This is the rear.
That was his armpit. It's a 2.5. That is a 6.5 in the rear. Both Metra and Pack make adapters for this that are really nice. And they also, this is the 6x9 for the front door.
I'm just gonna say, I like the Metra because it's
bigger.
It's bigger.
Yeah.
It's better.
Yeah.
Any speaker. So, that's just me.
What's the part number? You should have it right there in your trash can.
They have the part number. Part number for that Toyota is 828148.
There you go.
And the winner is...
Get Fernando to be the guest. I'd love to have Fernando be the guest. It's just a matter of...
Always a guest.
No, on the Hi-Fi show. It'd be cool to have you on. It's just a matter... It would have to be a night where doesn't have his kid.
And that doesn't.
And that usually doesn't happen on a Thursday night. So... When I was in school, everyone called me special. Hey, what's up, guys? What's up, Mr. Berg?
What up, Mr. Berg?
My name is Kevin. Everyone calls me Special K. How many guys remember, I believe it's Eddie Murphy, when he was naming the kids after cereal?
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's a whole skit that he does. It's freaking hilarious. How do I set my gains if I have a DM810 Pioneer head unit clips at volume 32? So if it clips at volume 32, that's your maximum output of the radio, that's where you start.
Yep.
So if that's as loud as it can get, that's where you start, and you set your gains from there. Question mark, no doubt. What is your most loved and most hated DSP software to use? Oh, wow.
What is the most loved
And hated
DSP software? We talk about the same software?
No. What software?
It doesn't matter?
Yeah. I don't really think I love any of them, to be honest with you.
Really?
No. I mean,
Okay.
I have things that I like about software, and then there's never...
Kind of the Grinch of the DSP, bro.
What's that?
You're kind of the Grinch of the DSP.
No. What I'm saying, I don't actually love or hate, because each one of them has something that's good, and then there's something that's just, like, annoying. And it's just working your way through those.
I don't think you have the perfect DSP.
No.
Because always you have
Software.
that feature.
DSP software.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That you have that feature, and then you want the others features that they have, the other guy. So it's like, man. But then you use that one, and then you don't have this one, and I guess you're never going to be happy.
Nope. Never going to be happy. So just don't do it at all.
Or just do all of them.
I can tell you which DSP software I've been playing with the most recently. There's two of them. The new audio control software that you guys haven't had a chance to play with yet. We've been playing with that a lot. Breaking it, fixing it, breaking it, fixing it, which is cool because they're doing a lot to it. And then the new Moscone software. Mm-hmm. We've been using that a lot lately because of Barney, as well as the new 830s. I finally saw the picture of the new Moscone DSP Aerospace.
Yeah. Tomorrow, you're going to find out. You're going to see a picture tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Dean and Fernando, Car Stereo Clips, the news. You will see a nice DSP there. Check it out.
That was a good joke. Threw away in the back. This is a family show. Oh my gosh. Nano knows what's up. Team no rear fill. Morel Nano Integra for my rear fill. There you go.
Hey, that's good.
Yeah.
No,
hey, you should do Morel. Everyone should do Morel. And why should they do Morel, Fernando?
Let me tell you why you should do. Well, let me tell you why you should do Morel. Because they sponsor of this show, Instagram. So find Morel_America here on Instagram. If you want to talk about the nanos that you can do rear fill, awesome. Check it out on the website, morelhifi.com. BMWs,
Ooh.
name it.
So, I talked to Casey last night.
You say so.
Yes. So, I talked to Casey last night about new stuff.
Like new?
New stuff that's coming out in the next 6 months. So, we got a lot of stuff that's getting revamped, redone, new. We have a new product that we're going to get here shortly for us to play with that we get to tell them about.
Very nice.
But yeah, there's a whole bunch of... I think the next 6 months, we're going to see a ton of new stuff from Morel.
There you go. Check it out. morelhifi.com. Oh, that was a quick term.
I know. Back in the 90s, DSP was not even heard of. It was still through-way MB quartz for sure. So I had a Clarion DSP back in the day, and it had simulated hall, church, live effect, and all that other really stupid stuff. I ended up giving it back.
So when was the first DSP?
Don't even ask me. That's so far out. That would be something you want to talk to Jeff about. That's way outside of... We never had it.
Here?
No, Jeff isn't here. I want to do sound treatment on my Grand Cherokee with a plastic door cover. Can you give me some pointers? That's you, Fernando.
I want to do sound treatment
on my Grand Cherokee with the plastic door covers. Can you give me some pointers?
Cut it on small pieces, like strips, like this. Don't go crazy. Don't overthink it. Just focusing around the speaker in the back. That's it, man. You want to spend tons of time if you want to go crazy in there. It's not worth it.
It's totally worth it.
I mean, no. I'm not saying it's not worth it for the product or what it does. It's just like if you have the time, go for it. But
small pieces. I had a Kenwood DSP in the 90s, but had no idea what to do with it. Makes sense. What's up, Doc? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You saw that post last night?
Where did you carrot? You don't even like carrots.
I hate carrots. Are the aftermarket adapters that join aftermarket sub amplifiers and other equipment work well with new factory head units? And do you think the newer head units are up to par with aftermarket head units? So if we're talking about like Amp Pros, ARs, Zen modules, and stuff like that, they're as good as you're going to get for what you're connecting it to. Yeah, we use them. We rely on them. They're the future of this industry, and we're going to start to see better version of those coming out. I know this with the new A to B for my data. The reason why it was supposed to be out in February and the reason why it's now almost August and it's not out yet is because they went back to redo the preamp section. Because when questioning people what is the most important thing about an interface like that, it's making sure that you get the best sound out of it as possible. There are limitations, of course, because you're dealing with a factory head unit. And that takes us to the next question is, do you think newer head units are on par with aftermarket head units? On par, if you're looking at like a high quality, Kenwood, Sony, Alpine head unit, no, not at all. Because these products in the car are made to the lowest bidder. And a lot of the times these products in the factory are made by those same people. The Macintosh system that everyone's so cheesed up about, that's made by Alpine. Okay, so, which it's made by Alpine, not to Alpine standards, but to Chrysler standards. So don't confuse the two. No, there's excuses to be made on both sides, but not at all. Because keep in mind, this is the one thing you have to keep in mind. When you build a universal product, such as an aftermarket radio, it has to be universal, meaning they don't know what it's going to end up doing in the end, but you're buying the feature set to do what it is you're trying to do. So if you buy a $200 radio, you're not going to get an awesome preamp section. You're going to get an okay, mediocre preamp section. If you're buying an $800 radio, you're going to get a better preamp section because they figure if you're spending more money, you probably want it to sound better. When you look at a factory system will always be what it is. It'll never change. So it's not like they're going to do anything different. And I could tell you now, like looking at premium audio systems like of 5 years ago compared to now, like the was the Explorer that we just did that had the BO system in it. Looking at that BO amplifier compared to the BO amplifier we took out the same car 3 years ago, 2 years ago.
3 years.
Holy crap, what a piece of poop. I mean, they are getting really, really cheap on these things, as expected. Just like if you go in the aftermarket and you pick up a 10-year-old aftermarket double din, you'll be like, oh man, you go to the gym with this thing. Pick up a new double din, it's like, is there anything even in this? So, yeah, but no, I don't. Yeah, okay. What's funny?
Josh.
Oh, Josh is here? Rock in a hard place. Find out what happens with the Diamond DSP. Their DSP doesn't shut off when it's losing power. I will juice as much power and overdrive the signal to the amplifier. Oh, okay. Found it. Okay, yeah, this was the other day. He said he had a problem with their DSP. DSP doesn't shut off when it's losing power. Okay, cool. We got to get Piper on to talk about their DSP.
But it's not because of the...
I don't know. Hey guys, what's up? What's up, Doc? So the reason why I posted the Bugs Bunny the other night and I said I want to play Bugs Bunny in the real life thing is because they're remaking the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Okay.
So Snow White, I guess, is going to be a Latino German girl. And then the Seven Dwarfs are no longer going to be dwarfs. They're just going to be like seven.
Right, so the question is, like, what happened? It's no more like...
I'm fine with the cartoon.
Yeah.
I'm fine with the cartoon.
I was part of the movie.
I mean, I just watch the cartoons. I mean, that's what I grew up on.
I love the cartoons.
I love the cartoons.
They're awesome.
Yeah, you don't always have to put real people in a movie. Hey guys, how you doing? From a sweltering Arizona. Yeah, you guys are getting some hot question. Is my old school RF 360.2 out of date to use in my basic build? Listen, if I get a new car or a new toy that I want to do, the last thing I want to do is use the old stuff. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. If you're asking me that question, if I've put something in something before, I don't want to put it. I don't like if I take out shoelaces to wash them. I'm not washing them. I'm taking them out, throw them away, put a new pair in.
Oh, excuse me.
I mean, that's just how it. I mean, hey, it's just what it is.
Everybody has Ian's money.
No, not everyone has. No, it's not a money thing. It's just a neurotic.
It's totally a money thing.
Oh, whatever. It's just neurotic. Yes, they are making more for specific car models. I could say yes to that and no to that, but you'll find out soon enough. Listen, that you're going to find out more about that in a couple weeks, so that one you don't have to worry about. That one will be fun, though. I have a couple of old Alpine head units and a 12-disc and 6-disc changer. Oh, very nice. Hang them on the wall. Quick question for you guys. Since the Pack Sub Pro is not available, what other one would you work in a 11 Dodge Durango with the Alpine system? Just use the regular Amp Pro. It's only like $100 more. I know, whatever. But no, just use the regular Amp Pro. The reason why they stopped, in a perfect world that didn't involve a chip shortage or COVID, the Sub Pro would have been spectacular and they'd still be making them. The problem is that the Sub Pro takes the exact same chip as the Amp Pro. So there's no reason to make a Sub Pro when they can barely make enough Amp Pros, so they just paused the Sub Pro till all of this gets figured out. So what we've been doing is just been using regular Amp Pros, and that's, it's just what it is.
That's it.
The nice thing is that if you ever decide that you want to add new front stage or something like that, you can. You don't have to waste the money. ADPRS. Stop, Christian. And what can I use to add aftermarket amps to a 2017 Honda Accord? A DSP. You're gonna need a DSP. And there again, with a Honda Accord, premium audio or non-premium audio? You gotta open with a Honda Accord question. Does it have premium audio or not? It's two totally different cars and two totally different forms of integration. If it's a non-premium, any 4-channel input DSP is gonna work because it's just front and rear sub. If it's a premium audio system, you need to retain the center channel, the subwoofer, the 2 front tweeters, and the 2 front mid-range. You need a DSP that has 6 channels of input. 2 of those channels have to be discrete, meaning they have to be able to separate from one another because one of them has to be center and one of them has to be sub. Then you have to re-amplify those channels because your center channel has to stay in the car. You can't amplify just the driver's and passenger's front door without doing something to the center because you're going to get an echo and it's going to sound really freaking annoying. Audio control amps or sound digital, which really depends what you're trying to do. I mean, if you need something small and compact, the sound digitals are great, but then in the audio control you also have the ACMs, which are small and compact, but nowhere near the power as a sound digital. Yeah. If you have room, I'm going to do, the D series audio controls, D whatever, but,
Yeah.
Anywhere on audio control working on the DSP issues going on. What are you talking about? We've literally been talking about DSP with them for like the last 18 months. I don't know. Yes, they're this close to being finished with the DSP update. We're on, I don't know, maybe the 25th, 30th, 35th version of the DSP software. I need to download the most recent Mac beta just to run through it and make sure that it works. But yeah, no, it's solid. But there again, the problem is that every time you fix something else, accidentally might happen. So, it's so close to being done. It's not even funny. And then as soon as that's done, we're off to the DMRTA. Ooh, wait, Kenwood made DSP? I have no idea. Probably. Yeah, they did. Well, I mean, back in the day, no idea. Currently, they made the 600 DSP. That was the first iData amplifier that they stopped making because no one understood how to use it. I had a DSP in the 90s. yeah, Sony. Yeah, Sony, Rockford. There again, a lot of those guys had that. No, they existed. They just weren't as popular as they are now. What was the 600 DSP? Yes, I had the Clarence 770 deck and their separate DSP and an 18-disc changer. Yep, those are the ones I had. And why did I do that? Cancel. Okay, Christian. All I know is changing out my subs to my left. Yeah. It's all good. All right, let's speed this along here. Any up and coming changes or plans for the Bay? Realistically, before the end of the year, probably not. The main thing we need to do is paint these. We need to paint these so that they match the new gray cabinets, because I want the cabinets to match. So like the router station and stuff, this is still, I don't know what I'm going to do with the this cart, because right now it has the 4 power supplies, the 2 big batteries. This is the Amp Dyno cart, but we just bought 2 more power supplies. So we have 6 power supplies total, which is way too big for this cart. So once we finish this, we bought 2 more power supplies. So it's like, yay, what an idiot. But these amps are gigantic, so I don't know. We have a lot of things we want to do, but right now, nothing definitive as far as what we're going to do. Tech tip of the day. Do you have a tech tip of the day?
No. I mean...
Really? Oh, that's where Josh is?
Yeah. Well, he's... Do you know his Instagram?
I don't know.
That was a sarcasm question.
Yeah. I don't have a tech tip of the day. I got to be honest with you. I'm kind of drawing a blank. Oh, you know what? I got a tech tip of the day. This morning we had to do that Kia Sorento. We just did a 2023 Kia Sorento. We put a subwoofer in it, and it had the Harman Kardon system. And one of the things I thought was funny is when you're doing a high level to low level, you do need a digital multimeter, okay? Because you can do a lot with the digital multimeter when integrating into a factory system, even though an IRTA2 being, like an RTA, electrical RTA like the IRTA2 is awesome and you should have one. Mm-hmm. You also need a digital multimeter for 2 reasons. One, it was a Harman Kardon system and we needed to integrate with it. We were using a Rockford T750.1, which in its high level section can take up to 10 volts. Harman Kardon systems can be anywhere from this one, which was 6.5 volts, all the way up to 40 volts. So we need to test that. So we take the subwire that we knew was the subwire, digital multimeter on AC. Fernando played a 40 hertz 0 dB test track and let it fly. Okay, 6.5 volts. Play the next step up, play a couple of them, play 40, 50, 60, 70, and that'll plot the course of where this thing is at. Having an RTA will allow you to see if there's even signal at 40 hertz. In this case, there was. But that'll tell us how much voltage is coming out of that amplifier and whether it's below the 10 volts that amplifier will take as input. As it turns out, it was. Yay! Secondly, we needed to see if it had DC offset. Simple enough there. Take one of our test leads off, doesn't matter which one, switch it over to DC now, connect that black one, or red one, I don't care, over to ground so that we have one lead going to the speaker, the other lead going to ground, and no volume, just see if you get anywhere around 6 volts. That's your DC offset. So that'll tell us 2 things. One, that'll tell us that we have enough voltage to work within the range of the amplifier's high level input, and 2, it has DC offset that's going to turn on and off the amplifier for us, so that we can move forward and put the amplifier in place, and we don't have to run a remote turn on wire. Perfect. Yay! There's your tech tip of the day. That's been 5 minutes with 5-star. See you tonight, Hi-Fi Vegas channel, as well as SideJag. We're going to talk about the Hensworth Rescue 2 or whatever the hell it's called.
Very nice. Tomorrow news.
Tomorrow news, 9 a.m. Bye. Oh. Well, he's going to be coming from one of these, hopefully that direction, this one. Otherwise, we'll be waiting. What's up, Lance? Oh. Good day, everyone, and welcome to Friday. Hope everyone had a great day. Hope you guys caught the news this morning. News was really good. We had a good news show. I guess that's how you say it, right? Waiting for Fernando. Day is almost over. We're going to get out of here in probably about 20, 25 minutes. Hola, amigos. What's up, Danny? Talked to Danny earlier today. I don't even remember what we talked about. Here he comes. We got a car that's staying the night. Are you guys doing install bay tours for fans, or is it still shut down for COVID? No, we've had people come. Waiting room is permanently shut down. The waiting room will never be open again, but people can stop by anytime they want. All right, I gotta watch it before this thing. Good afternoon, happy Friday. What's up, Mike? Hey, did Wayne get his aerospace installed yet? Curious to see how much he loves that. What you know about backup camera interfacing with tons sensors could have a good one for you guys? No idea. Not a clue. TPS sensors. You mean like tire pressure sensors? I mean, IDETA will interface with a car and read the TPS sensors if it's on the bus, but other than that, there's no like magic to it. It either does it or it doesn't. It depends on the car. What's up, man?
What's up?
How you doing?
Hey, what's up? Hey, Gerardo?
This weekend. Oh, Wayne's getting his DSP installed this weekend. Tech tip of the day. Do we have a tech tip of the day? You want to shut the back door? I'll think of... did we do anything today that was...
Stay inside. That's a tech tip.
Yeah, there's your tech tip. It's hot.
I used to be white. Look at me now.
All right, well, I'll think about a tech tip, Bobby. Wayne is getting new DSP. I'm going to call him. Yeah, he got the new Aerospace 8 to 12.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, new Aerospace 8 to 12. Looks awesome. Paul said y'all got a charger coming in for a sub. It'll be easy because the battery's in the back. Wow. Dude, that's Weber fan, so he knows the lingo. He knows the lingo. That's his joke because he always says that. Yeah. Wow, that was good.
Yeah.
Lexus RX 15. I'll be driving 2 hours to have you install a powered JBL sub for me. Love your work. Oh, very fun.
Very good.
Sounds like a good time to had by all.
Yeah.
Except us. But what else is new?
What are you talking about?
Alpine amps sounded better and had more fidelity than the audio control amplifiers. Okay.
Perfect.
Nice. I'll take your word for it. I don't know. R2, that is. Oh, the new ones. The new audio. Or the new R2 Alpine amplifiers. Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Very good.
I don't think we've heard those yet. Yeah, I know we haven't heard those yet.
R2D2s.
Yeah. Test them. No, see, the problem is that, like, for one, they're Paul's. They're not ours. So walking over there to just test them is, like, not... Because then they'd be used and stuff like that. So we don't go over and grab his stuff because it's not ours. So that's kind of one of the rules that we have, is that our stuff is our stuff, his stuff is his stuff. So if Alpine wants to send them to me, then yes, I can test them, but I can't go grab his and hook them up. I could unbox them and touch them, but we can't hook them up because they're for customers. So, you know, it's just what it is.
So, Fernandez?
Just got to do my first F250 with the FD22 pack speaker harness, and also used install accessories from Stage. Install couldn't be any more straightforward. I know why you guys do so many. Yeah, I mean, we just like doing them. I mean, let's be honest. The reason why we do a lot of them is because it's not like by choice. It's just because there's a lot of F-150s in the world. But no, Sage sounds good stereo, make a bunch of nice stuff. And yeah, we actually talked to him today. It was kind of nice. Tech tip, read the manuals. I had a Suburban with park assist that's
Stop working.
After installing a radio at the beginning of the instructions said to bypass the amp, so I did. However, in small print. Yeah, it's funny you should say that, because right here is the owner's manual for an amplifier that we put in. And yes, we actually had to go in and read the owner's manual because it does a lot of neat stuff, and without reading the owner's manual, wouldn't have worked the way we wanted it to.
Who's the owner's manual?
Owner's manual. Hey, Haley. How's Haley's arm? So she went in for her last checkup, and she was cleared to play soccer, so she's playing soccer now.
Awesome.
He wants to see her one more time and do possibly an x-ray. She thinks because every time she's in there, he's like, man, I did such a great job. And he just keeps wanting to see how good of a job he did. So that's her take on it. Watching YouTube videos while I work from home. LOL.
Perfect.
I want to go
Thank
home.
you for watching, man.
Who in Columbus, Ohio would you recommend for stereo install? Columbus Car Stereo. Go see Jay.
Yeah.
Columbus, yeah, Jay at Columbus Car Stereo. They have Car Audio. They have two. Yep. I don't know which one he's at, but I believe he's at the one with.
The one that says Columbus Car Audio.
Well, no, but is it Danny that works there? That was in the Wire Challenge? Who's in the Wire Challenge?
Dan.
Was it Dan? Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I know we had two.
Well,
Dans.
but he moves sometimes. He just go because he's
right. But I think he's at. I think he's a staller. He works at Jay's.
No, Jay.
Yeah, no. Jay works at one. He's not the manager. He has his own store.
Okay.
So, anyways,
yeah, me.
His name is Jason. Most people call him Jay. Last name is Cook. He's been on the show before. Mm-hmm. Go see him at Columbus Car Stereo, and he'll take care of you. And make sure you name drop. Make sure you name drop, because that's important. Believe it or not.
It is.
Just like Flynn.
It is.
Flynn Audio.
Really?
Have a great weekend, guys. Flynn, you have a wonderful time too. It was nice finally meeting him. We may have met him before, but it was great actually meeting him again and knowing who he is, and being able to be like, you're famous. I know you. That's always fun. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy? Dean Fernando, if there is one thing that you would like to have, what would it be? Time off. Just time off. Time away from everything. Oh, a lot of money. I think they want it's car audio related.
Oh, car audio related right now? Man.
I'm trying to think because
maybe two
Okay. You got something.
Two eights.
What kind of eights though? Who's eights?
The Gladen.
Oh, you want two Gladen eights?
Two Gladen eights.
Oh, that's doable though. We can make that happen.
No, I'm just saying, I
mean, I'd have to think about it. Honestly, right now, I don't know if there's anything that I really want.
No.
No, I mean, we have an 830. That's pretty cool. The stuff I want, we can't have, is really what it comes down to. I got to be honest with you. Now at this point, really the stuff I want is like things that don't exist for sale. So prototypes, PCBs. Those are the things that I want. Like Kicker's got a whole bunch of stuff that they won't come off of. I'm like, dude, just send me one. You're just sitting there. And they're like, I'm like, no, I'm being dead serious. Put one in a box and send it to me. To me, that's the kind of stuff I really get excited about. I know that sounds kind of weird, but, I love unique stuff that nobody else has. Close car. Okay. Have worked on any Honda Ridgelines with premium audio. I have a 2019. So the Ridgeline isn't real popular here, but the Ridgeline is based off of the basic audio system that the Honda Accord is based off of, which if it has a center channel, which I think it does, it's going to be very similar in that you're going to need something with 6 channels of audio in. 2 of those channels have to be discrete because you need the center, the sub, the front tweeters and the rear tweeters, and those have to be taken into a DSP. I like something that has an amplified DSP. That way I can power up the center channel, because you need to keep it, because that's where your talking for Bluetooth and navigation, all that stuff come from. So you definitely want to do that. We in the past used the Alpine PXE 0850X or S. We like that one because we can use that to power the rear speakers and the center, and then we put a real amp in there, like a 5-channel, to power the 2 door speakers, the 2 tweeters, and the subwoofer. That we've done a bunch of those, which are really cool. So we'll see how that goes. You guys did my install. Just need my head unit swapped out. My Kenwood developed a problem. Yeah, no problem. Like I said, just go see Jay. No.
Oh, for the Columbus, yes.
Yeah,
sure.
Columbus.
Yeah.
I wrote you a DM, please. I never read them. Sorry.
If you have a question,
Thoughts of a audio control system. That's Bobby.
Audio control system.
I mean, hey, go for it, bro. Stinger High 10? Yeah, you can do that. I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Cancel. Sorry, man. Sorry. I just don't have the patience to go into it. I gotta work, and then I gotta go home and spend some time with the family, and then I gotta work some more. So,
no, and I mean, at the end of the day, this is the reason why we do this.
Right, I have,
shows.
We have 20 minutes before we got to get out of here. I can pop on. We can answer a bunch of questions.
If you have a question, you put it here.
That's
Saturday. Yeah. Saturday. Make sure you put your question in there. We can answer your question in there.
Fernando, what year is your 35?
Is it 2004?
Is it a 2004?
Is it 2004?
Wow, it's 20 years old?
It is.
Is it eligible for a collector's plate yet?
No.
You sure?
No.
I mean, I thought it was 20 years.
No.
I have to figure out how to, bar these people.
Well, it's just, I can't. It's just people that...
But, I mean, I just want to cancel. There has to be a way to delete them.
No, I just keep rolling.
No, I know, but it's annoying. It's driving me crazy. Yeah, so that's it.
The algorithm. Yeah.
Oh,
2004, man.
Algorithm.
And then algorithm.
Change all the coolant hoses. It's El Fernandez. Yes.
Dude, I still have to change 3 of them.
Yeah, but they're not leaking yet, so...
They're not leaking yet, so I would call you. Believe me.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, El Fernandez is a awesome mechanic.
Yes.
And saved Fernando's bacon.
Yeah.
He helped us with the coolant issue problem that we were
having.
having.
He's like, dude, man.
That was pretty awesome.
Don't replace your motor and slow down.
Yeah. No, it was
Some people scare me.
He walked him off the ledge. When you get your next car, is being able to install a stereo a must? Yeah. I mean, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. 22 Suburban. Can I just replace the dash and front door speakers and power them with an amp and retain the factory rear speakers on a factory amp?
Oof, I'm gonna say no. It's a 22 Suburban. Amplified system.
So, if it's Bose, I mean, you're on the right track. The problem is the 2022 system, depending on which one it is, it can be simple to do or it can be very difficult to do. Load resistors are a must. If you want to keep the initial... So the idea that you have is sound, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just the integration portion of it that is going to be the problem, because if it's got microphones in there, you have to bypass the microphones. So the microphones are for noise canceling. More than likely, it's going to have those. That has to be disengaged. It's going to need load resistors on it so that the amplifier works. So you're going to need those. And then, yes, you could hook up just a channel-for-channel amplifier and re-amplify the speakers that are in there. There again, level sometimes becomes an issue because, if you don't amplify, sometimes if you don't amplify the center channel, then you get a weird sound across the front because a lot of the sound comes from the center channel. So you're on the right track, but it can still be tricky, is what I'm gonna say. But in theory, what you're saying, yes, it's going through all the hoops to do it. Still a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But no, you're in the right way. Norway, say hello.
What's up?
Hello. One of his 20 years is considered a classic. Well, I mean, we're all classics at this point. See you guys. See El Fernandez. Yeah, we're all classics. I'm staring at that clock because I want to get out of here. I got stuff to do, man. It's Friday night, man.
Yeah.
It's family night. I look so forward to Friday nights because it's like I don't have to run. We're going out to eat most of the time.
Where are you guys going?
I think we're staying home because the soccer starts at 9. I'm like, it starts at 9.
Can't wait.
And I'm like, we can go out. And she's, I don't think so.
Yeah,
I'm like,
soccer.
we don't have to worry about getting seats. It's in our house.
Boys coming. Oh my god.
You know.
Fine.
So for those who don't know, the World Cup, female World Cup in Australia started yesterday. So that is a big thing in my house. Haley was watching last night's game with Canada and the other team, and like she's half asleep, like with one eye from the chair watching it. I'm like,
oh, that's right. Messi plays tonight.
Doesn't
MLS.
matter. Doesn't matter.
True.
MLS is totally, who gives a
Oh,
nobody.
no, dude, that's like
Nobody
big,
cares.
You know,
Dude, American females are playing.
Miami has the best player right now in the world.
Yeah, good. Still, we got
Dude.
4-time world champion female team playing tonight.
No, dude, this is
4-time world champions.
no.
No, they are. They are 4-time world champions.
Fine. Still, we're talking about.
That's better than Messi. He's a one-time.
One guy.
He's one title. 4-time world champions.
Yeah, it's different, bro.
Yeah, he's not as good as them.
Sure.
I'm just saying,
Sure.
he's got one title.
Which one is that?
He's got one title.
Just one?
Just one. They
That's
have
it?
4.
Just one title.
They
huh?
have 4 titles. Yeah, he's only got one World Cup. That's it. It's one world. It's just one.
Yeah.
So they have 4 World Cup titles. Our female soccer team is better than our male team. Our male team has never won a title ever, and our females have won it 4 times.
I mean, it's more competition in the male.
You're just a chauvinist.
No, man, I love the girls. Believe me, I love the girls.
This stuff works, man.
It's just different.
Of course it's different. Why wouldn't it be? Why would you assume it's the same?
Exactly.
But it's still, competition is the same. You still have to beat all those teams. It's not like it's any less competition. It's the same competition.
Yeah.
Because they're playing, guess what? Women.
Yeah.
So it's the same amount of competition, man. You know?
Sure.
Oh, well, the reason, yes, they do want equal pay. And they've sued for it. I think they finally got it.
Hopefully.
Yeah, they deserve it. I mean, they're better than the guys. Either way, that's been Soccer Talk with Dean and Fernando. We argue about this stuff all the time. It's quite amusing.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So I didn't come up with a tech tip of the day.
Okay, somebody said just read
Bobby, yeah, that was a good one. But I still didn't come up with anything great. So I'm just looking around. Every now and then I look around to try to figure out something that might be tech tippy. But I didn't have anything. I actually like our women's team better than our men's. Yeah, because they don't suck. Go home. I'm gonna take your advice, Bobby, and I'm gonna go home. Hey guys, one more. What can baseball do to get more fans in Tampa? There's
possibility.
Yeah, listen. Tampa Bay has been talking about moving since Tampa Bay started here, and if you look at it, they've changed their name strategically so that they can move, because originally they started as the Tampa Bay Rays. And they had the Rays, but now they're just the Rays, and it's not the animal, it's a ray of light, because that can go anywhere. Mm-hmm. So, no, they're going to move at some point, because...
They approve it already.
No, it doesn't matter. Listen, whatever. Baseball, new rules, go. Yay! All right, guys, listen, that's it for today. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and we will see you tomorrow.
That's right.
Bye.